Hey guys, in this video, I will be discussing about how to choose a really good WordPress hosting provider. For your website to load 24/7 without any downtimes with absolute good performance, you need to choose a really good hosting provider, right? So these hosting providers will give you some storage from their servers so that you can store your website files, and those files will be served to appropriate visitors when they visit your site. So in the previous video, you have already bought your domain name from some domain name registrars like Namecheap, right? So you need to map that domain name to your hosting account. That means if you have bought your domain name from Namecheap, and if you have got your say like a SiteGround hosting account, you need to enter in the name servers of your SiteGround account to your domain name registrar under your domain, right? By this, when people enter in your domain name, the files that they are being served will be from your hosting account. Name servers are the ways by which your domain name and also your hosting account, the servers, will be linked together. It's crucial to get a really good hosting provider for your WordPress site. Without a solid hosting, your website may take a lot of time to load and it will cost you a lot of traffic, revenue. Over the years, I have researched and tried many WordPress hosting solutions. In this video, I have condensed all my knowledge and experience, and I will be presenting you some essential things that you need to consider before selecting a hosting provider, especially for WordPress. And I will also be discussing some of the best hosting providers that you can consider depending upon your budget. And also I will be walking you down through the demo of one of my hosting accounts so that you will get a familiarity with how to manage your hosting related things. Let's get started. So here are some of the things that you need to look when it comes to buying any hosting provider. Okay, so the first one is shared or dedicated hosting. So there are mainly two types of hosting, shared and dedicated hosting. In shared hosting, you will be having your website among many other websites. I mean, that will not be a problem if your site has got several thousands of traffic, but if your site has got like hundreds of thousands of traffic, then you may need to go with dedicated hosting. For any beginner, I recommend shared hosting. Again, apart from these two types of hostings, there are different types of hostings for like various purposes. Like you have VPS, reseller. Don't worry about all of them. Okay, so shared and dedicated are the main two types of hosting. In case of dedicated hosting, you will be having a dedicated server for hosting your website, and it will be very helpful for you to scale up your site when your site has got millions of traffic. And yeah, these are all the features that you need to look when it comes to choosing any WordPress hosting. The first one is server level WordPress optimized cache. And the second one, you need to go with SSD storage. Almost all the hosting providers today come with SSD, solid state drive, not the traditional hard disk drive. And backups should be there so that it prevents you from making use of plugins like Updraft Plus or any other solutions for backing up your website. And speed is really important. There should be really good response times from the servers so that your website will load fast without your server being your bottleneck. And it should have good security so that your site will be resistant from DDoS attacks, denial of service attacks or malware, stuff like that. And the most important thing, you need to have really good technical support. Okay, so in case if you ran into any issues like SSL errors or stuff like that, you need to have your customer support very quickly accessible. Okay, so these are all some of the things that you need to look. So here are some of the best WordPress hosting providers out there. So first one I recommend is SiteGround. It is the best overall WordPress shared hosting with excellent support. Okay, for any beginner, I recommend SiteGround because it offers the best speed when it comes to budget hosting, and you have a really good tech support and also free backups in case of SiteGround. Personally, I have not used SiteGround, but I mean, like, it is too good to not be recommended by me because there are many of my friends who are using it, and almost all the people recommend me this SiteGround hosting. Okay, and second one I recommend is Bluehost. It is the cheapest WordPress hosting with automatic WordPress installation. Okay, so once you create your website, the WordPress will be installed automatically with the click of a button. WPX, it is a premium WordPress hosting with unmatchable features and WordPress support. So this is the main hosting provider that we use for all of our websites. Okay, the best thing is it's the fastest shared hosting provider I have ever come across, and also they have got really good backups, really good tech support. I mean, it's really great, and DDoS protection, malware scanning, and it's the best for WordPress. Okay, you have Kinsta that is like $50 or $70 per month. So now let me demo some hosting providers here. So let me go to the screen. So here you have Bluehost. So free domain for first year, free SSL certificate included, one-click WordPress installation. Free domain for first year is the only unique thing about them. Almost all the hosting providers have partnered with Let's Encrypt and provide free SSL. So yeah, this is the price, and when you are renewing this hosting, this will be the price. Okay, so if you are going with Bluehost, I suggest you to get 2 years or 3 years of hosting at this discounted price, so that it prevents you from purchasing or renewing your hosting at a much higher price. Okay, and you have SiteGround. Okay, in here you have managed WordPress hosting, so you can click on the get started button, and here you go, you have startup, grow big, and go geek plan. So if you have one website, then this would be the price, and this is the price for go big, grow big, and go geek. Yeah, for most of the people, if you have only one website, then this would be the way to go. If you have more than one website, then you need to go with grow big website. So they have got free SSL and also free CDN. That is really great. This is one of the features that you can't find in Bluehost. Okay, they have got free CDN, and also their support is technically sound, as far as I have heard. So I have not used SiteGround, but I can tell pretty sure about the quality of their hosting by just listening to the people who are reputable in the industry. So you have WPX as well. So again, this is the next level hosting, as I said before. So this is the hosting provider that I will be walking you down in this video. So when it comes to pricing, let me pull up the pricing page. All right, so you have 3 plans: business, professional, and elite plan. So I'm with their business plan. So I will be able to host 5 of my websites with 10 GB storage and 100 GB bandwidth, and they have WPX Cloud CDN, which is the fastest when it comes to WordPress. And yeah, so let me log in. Here you go. Once I log in, you can see this support window has popped up automatically, and I have chatted with the support representatives a lot of times, dozens of times, and the turnaround time by them is really impressive. So here under my services, you have domains and WordPress hosting. So all right, so here you go. I have a business plan that is akshayallu.com. That's my primary domain. Yeah, so here you go: service type, main domain, status, registration date, rebilling due, recurring amount. Okay, so I can head over to manage my websites, and it will display all my websites that I currently have with WPX, and also my databases. You don't need to, go to this databases section unless you are a coder. You can see you have these domain names. Okay, so you can create a staging site. That's why I have one slot left here, and you can add a new website, and automatically, if it wants you to install WordPress, you can just check this. Okay, you can add your domain name here. And you have databases, email inboxes. So I personally am not making use of WPX email boxes. When beginning, you need to go with email boxes by your hosting provider, and later on you can upgrade to G Suite account or stuff like that. You have FTP users, edit DNS. Okay, so here you can choose your domain, and you can add CNAME, A records, or stuff like that here. And you have file manager. So this will be your cPanel's file manager. Okay, so there you can manage all your WordPress related files. So whatever files that are there on your website will be stored here, okay, on the backend. So in this folder, public_HTML, you have all the files that are accessible by the public. Okay, so these are all some of the files that are accessible for only the people who have logged in. WP admin are the files that only is visible to administrators. But these are all the files that are accessible by all. Okay, of course, not PHP files. So under WP content, you will have all your plugin files. Okay, you install many plugins on your WordPress site, so all those plugins are stored here, plugin files. And also you have themes folder wherein you will be storing all your WordPress themes, and you have uploads where you will be storing all your images that you have uploaded to your WordPress site, and as well as other media. Okay, not only images. And yeah, when you head over to public HTML, you can see all the public files, and this public underscore HTML is for my main site. Okay, for my add-on sites, I can go to domains, and you can see bloggingx.com, pro.bloggingx.com, that's the platform that you are in, and soundmaximum.com. So I can head over to their respective folders and just manage my files. Okay, so this is how straightforward is it to do file management with WPX or any other WordPress hosting platforms. And you have backups. So depending upon the hosting provider that you're with, you have backups functionality as well. Of course, the user interface will change. In SoundGround, it will be quite different than that of WPX. And yeah, here you can select your website, and you can see akshayhalloor.com. Here I can create my new personal backup, or manage personal backup, or download personal backup, right? So you can also restore automatic backups done by WPX on a daily basis. You can see I can select any of these dates and restore my automatic backup. I'm not going to do that now, right? This is a live site. So this is the pricing, and you have WPX Cloud. And under this, you can enable or disable the Cloud CDN, the WPX Cloud CDN on any of your websites. And also you can empty the cloud cache on any of your websites in case if you ran into any issues, or if the changes on your site are not being reflected on the front end. So all right, so now let me set up my website here for this training purposes. So I can go ahead to manage websites, and here I can create a new website. And in case if I am installing WordPress on my top level domain like bloggingx.com, I can just enter my domain name here and install WordPress, and I will be good to go. But for this course sake, so let me install WordPress on one of my subdomains, that is with bloggingx.com, called demo.bloggingx.com. Okay, install WordPress and create website. Okay, so I need to click next, and here admin email, admin username, and the password. And I can confirm the password here, and I can deselect this, or else like I would suggest you to keep this checked in case if you are into free caching plugins. So create website. Once this installation is complete, you will receive an email to your inbox. Most of the times it takes hardly 1 minute. Now let me discuss a bit about email boxes, right? So once you add your website, in order to get that, john@example.com or, company emails like this, you need to add an email inbox. And here you need to select your domain name. In this case, I have this subdomain, that is demo.bloggingx.com, or else I can go with bloggingx.com only. Okay, so I can enter in my email address. So say I want to have an email address of akshayhalloor@bloggingx.com. So what's my real name? That is Akshay Halloor, and I can set up a quota or the size for this inbox, and the password, and submit. Okay, so all the emails that I received to this address will be accessible via the webmail client. Okay, so this will redirect you to webmail client, and you need to log in with your provided username and password for your inbox, a company email inbox, and it will load the inbox similar to that of Gmail, and there you can manage all your emails. Alright guys, so in the next videos, I will be logging to my WordPress dashboard and explaining you some of the basics of WordPress and also various plugins that you need to install on your WordPress site. Stay tuned.